exit has happened. Yediyurappa has resigned, and it was quite a teary farewell there for Yediyurappa. Today, in fact, BJP completed 2 years in power within the state. They were celebrating it. All the leaders gathered. Yediyurappa was expected to resign. A teary-eyed Yediyurappa said that he rose from the ranks with sheer hard work, quite emotional, finally said that he's tendering his resignation. Here's exactly what went through the day today for Yediyurappa in Karnataka.
On that emotional note, B.S. Yediyurappa has stepped down as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. On the day his government completed 2 years in office, Yediyurappa broke down on stage and announced that his innings as the Chief Minister has finally come to an end. Yediyurappa submitted his resignation to the governor and assured he wasn't going anywhere and that he will continue to work for the BJP. BSY also made it clear that the decision to step down was completely his.
ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒತ್ತಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು 26ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು 2 ವರ್ಷ ತುಂಬಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಈ ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೂ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು, ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನೇ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಹೊರತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾರ್ದು ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
He would now wait for the party high command to tell him what would be his next step. He has made it very clear that he would want to work for the party to make sure that they come back to power in the 2023 election, and also that his 2 sons are taken care of by the party.
Yediyurappa's resignation marks the end of an era in Karnataka politics. And while it was expected that his announcement would bring some trouble for the BJP, so far it looks like the transition will be smooth.
Party high command is very strong. They will think about the future of the party, and 2 years the government, they have to run the 2 years government, and future also in Karnataka BJP government have to form. That capacity, the thing for the next CM. New leadership, I will support the new leadership.
He acted according to the direction of the High Command. He has already, he told so many days back that whatever the High Command issued direction, they will abide by that. As being a disciplined man and a party worker, he has honored the High Command decision.
The Congress meanwhile has questioned the timing of Yediyurappa's exit, asking what prompted his resignation.
The bold man, the chief minister, it is not Yediyurappa who shed his tears. It is the chief minister who shed his tears. It is the utter failure of the entire BJP government, and they have lost, and ultimately it has fallen to his resignation.
ಪಕ್ಷದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಲಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಲಗಿ.
Exit is now done and dusted as predicted by India Today months ago. Now the focus is on who will be Yediyurappa's successor and who will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Nagarjun Dwarkanath for India Today.
Let me cut across to our reporters who've been hectically tracking these developments. Nagarjun Dwarkanath. Nagarjun, India Today has got the pulse spot on. We've been reporting continuously ever since this turmoil has started in the Karnataka BJP unit that Yediyurappa will be replaced. And this is exactly what has happened today. Yediyurappa has tendered his resignation, and quite an emotional one at that. May I ask you here, who's going to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka?
Well, Nabila, you have been asking me $1 billion question The cards are close to the chest of the Prime Minister, but at least we know who are the front runners in different communities. The High Command of the BJP is looking at caste combination, social engineering for the next election, and also keeping the Lok Sabha election in mind. Do they have to go with a non-Lingayat phase? If then C.T. Ravi is the front runner is what you're picking up. And if there's a Lingayat phase, it could be Basavaraj Bommai. And if not, it could be Prahlad Joshi also. But that's a billion-dollar question that only the BJP High Command has answers to. But in the next couple of days, there would be some movement here of a legislative party meeting being called by the High Command. Arun Singh is landing here tomorrow, who's the in charge of Karnataka, BJP. Dharmendra Pradhan most likely will be the central observer, and the name will be decided. When I spoke to Arun Singh this afternoon, he said the parliamentary board in Delhi will meet soon, and the Prime Minister will, with the board members, will pick a name and send the list to the in charge right then. But most likely what we are picking up, that they are zeroed in on a Lingayat candidate is what we are picking up, but we'll have to wait and watch. And people who know BJP, whatever we claim to be knowing, they do absolutely opposite. So it's a big question that who will be the next Karnataka Chief Minister.
Well, most definitely BJP is known to always keep things under wraps and only announce it at the time, at the right time. Nolan Pinto has been tracking all those developments right at the Chief Minister's house. Nolan, are leaders still there lobbying for themselves as the Chief Minister, next Chief Minister of Karnataka? Many names are now coming to fore. In fact, this is the very same place, the Vidhan Saudha, where all the action took place right this morning till the afternoon. Several leaders were quite upset. They literally walked out very upset and emotional. Quite a few of them were already eager and pumping to pitch themselves as the next Chief Minister. Who's at Yediyurappa's house right now, and how soon are we looking at an announcement for the next Chief Minister?
Well, you're absolutely right with the way they were all very grim looking. There was a tension of there was a lot of tension amongst all of them. In fact, right after he submitted his resignation, he went to his official residence, Kaveri. He was followed by all his cabinet colleagues over there. One after the other, they spent some time, a good 2 to 3 hours before they all left. Finally, we managed to actually catch R. Ashok and asked him what really transpired inside. He says that the only thing that they all focused on, or they actually spoke about, was what next? What will happen? What will the High Command tell them to do? What will each individual's role be? Because we must remember, it's not just B.S. Yediyurappa who's resigned as the Chief Minister, but the Council of Ministers has also been dissolved. So no one knows whether with the new Chief Minister, who is that going to be, and what sort of cabinet will he have? Will the seniors get a chance again? Will it be fresh faces? Will it be juniors? Nagarjun also very clearly stated a lot of caste combinations will be looked into, keeping in mind, this is what Ashok also has very clearly stated, they'll have to now keep in mind that whoever they choose will be able to give proper administration and also run the party properly and efficiently, so that in the 2023 elections they can come back to power. And of course, they will still require B.S. Yediyurappa along with that individual.
And that's precisely why we saw B.S. Yediyurappa, in fact, saying time and again that he is very much aligned with the BJP party. He will ensure the BJP's victory. He will stand by the new CM face. He also requested Sears in Karnataka not to create any more confusion. So he is really standing very strong with the BJP and also saying he's going to welcome the new Chief Minister with open arms. So that's the kind of reaction we heard from Yediyurappa. But nonetheless, I'm going to cut across to who next. Of course, the speculation or the suspense over exit has ended here with Yediyurappa's resignation, but now all speculation on who's going to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. And several names are doing the rounds. I'm going to take you through a glimpse of it. We're looking at Karnataka Home Minister Basavaraj Bommai, one of the Lingayat face who's currently in the running. We're also looking at Karnataka Assembly Speaker Vishweshwar Hegde Kageri, who's also in the running. Karnataka Mines Minister Murugesh Nirani, another Lingayat there, is also in the running here. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, a Brahmin face. A lot of talk about B.L. Santosh, who's also a Brahmin face. They could also be one of those who the BJP High Command may just consider. Now, the race for the Chief Minister, of course, right now has gained momentum with Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister Lakshman Savathy and his supporters, in fact, flooding social media with all the posters declaring him as the next chief ministerial face. Remember, Lakshman Savathy, who lost his constituency, already received a lot of flack for being appointed as a deputy chief minister. Now he puts out posters, with supporters puts out posters of him declaring as the next chief minister. You have JP Nadda, Home Minister, in the meanwhile holding several meetings in the parliament to discuss names for the next Karnataka chief minister. In fact, India Today has also learned that BJP chief JP Nadda spoke to the party's Karnataka in charge, Arun Singh, after Yediyurappa announced his resignation, and sources say observers will soon be sent to the state to kickstart the process of appointing a new chief minister. It's also learnt now that Karnataka could get a new leader by the end of this week. Until then, Yediyurappa will continue as the caretaker chief minister.
And also, sir, as far as the cabinet is concerned,
That's $1 billion question. Sir, now there are talks of you being the next chief minister as well, considering you have been close to the chief minister.
That there is no race. It is only a decision. And High Command will have complete information of everybody, party, MLAs and everybody. And whatever the decision High Command takes, everybody should abide.
All right, let me take you through a small glimpse into the next chief ministerial faces, the possible, probable faces. We're looking at a few names that's doing the rounds. As I did mention, the Home Minister of Karnataka, Basuraj Bommai, is definitely in the running. He's known to be a close aide of B.S. Yediyurappa. He's from the Lingayat community himself and hails from the Janta Parivar. Now, you also have, on the other hand, Murugesh Nirani, who's a businessman. He has, in fact, quite significant amount of support from Yediyurappa and also known to be close to the High Command as well. He's a mines minister and a prominent Panchmashali Lingayat face. Now, you also have Arvind Bellad, who could be a face, a possible, probable, two-time MLA, a young face, very capable also, and he's in fact been backed by the RSS is what we believe. Now, if not for the Lingayat face, if not for someone from the Lingayat community, the next most dominant caste in Karnataka is the Vokkaligas. Now, Vokkaligas, if there is there's a choice, then there are a couple of names that are doing the rounds already. In fact, C.T. Ravi, who is quite a popular face in the Vokkaliga community, is being considered. He is currently the BJP National General Secretary. You also, he's also known to be the blue-eyed boy of the RSS. And then you have close to the BJP organization secretary, B.L. Santosh, who's also a great, immense support from the BJP High Command and proximity that he holds with them. And then you have Ashwath Narayan, who's a deputy chief minister, who's also from the Vokkaliga community. And of course, Ashwath Narayan has fared well in terms of his last few years in as a post of the deputy chief minister. He could also be one of those names. Now, to take you through a fact that is quite glaring here is that B.S. Yediyurappa, unfortunately, has never been able to complete the full 5-year term over the years. He was elected for the first time in 2007. It's been 5 times that he was elected as the chief minister. Unfortunately, not once was he able to complete the entire term. And that's why we call this B.S. Yediyurappa's chief minister jinx. I'll tell you, 2007, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa came into power. 8 days later, he had to resign because at that time, JDS's Kumaraswamy pulled out support from the BJP. And then you have in 2008, the Chief Minister Yediyurappa at that time completed 3 years, and that's when he was embroiled in several corruption allegations and he had to resign 3 years later. And then came 2018, Chief Minister managed to stay in power for 3 days. It was quite a jump start for him. And then 3 days later, he had to resign because he didn't have the complete mandate with him. 2019, he completed 2 years and now he was asked by the BJP High Command to finally resign. I'm going to take you through to what next for Yediyurappa here.
For many, B.S. Yediyurappa has always been a BJP mainstay in Karnataka. He is the undisputed leader of the single largest community in the state, the Lingayats. The Lingayats, comprising 17% of Karnataka's 6 crore plus population, helped the BJP secure 110 seats in the 224-member State Assembly in 2008. Their sole wish was to see Yediyurappa as the Chief Minister. However, the BJP government's involvement in corruption and sex scandal was a major reason why it lost significant portion of its urban vote bank in the state in the 2013 polls. While one minister was accused of rape, two others were caught watching porn on the floor of the Legislative Assembly. Besides, a dozen ministers, including Yediyurappa, were accused of land grabbing, cheating and corruption. The result was an all-time low for the party image. Finally, in a major embarrassment to the BJP, B.S. Yediyurappa, who had quit the CM's post over corruption charges, was jailed in October 2011. This after the Lokayukta Special Court judge rejected his bail plea in two cases of illegal denotification of land in and around Bengaluru in return for monetary gains. Yediyurappa spent 25 days in prison before being released. Now he wanted his post back, but Advani was firm on dealing with corruption within the party to take on the Congress. Then in December 2012, B.S. Yediyurappa walked away from the BJP after his plans to become Chief Minister or party chief were opposed by L.K. Advani. Advani and many others were gearing up towards the 2014 polls and did not want anybody to scuttle their anti-corruption crusade against the Congress nationally. 2013 polls changed everything for the BJP. The Congress came to power. Siddaramaiah became the Chief Minister and BJP was reduced to just 40 seats. BSY's KJP had secured 6 seats and damaged the BJP. It was time to bring Yediyurappa back into the party. The late Anant Kumar and others had objections to the return of Yediyurappa. They wanted an alliance with the KJP instead of a merger. Others were a bit skeptical about inducting the entire KJP into the BJP, since in some constituencies the fight had turned ugly. But bringing B.S. Yediyurappa into the party once again was of utmost importance, as Karnataka was the only state in South India where the BJP then hoped to perform decently in the 2014 general elections. It was for these reasons and the very survival of the party that the BJP brought back B.S. Yediyurappa.
All right, we have some big news coming in of Karnataka's change of guard. We have India Today has inside details of what are the speculations right now within the circles of the BJP. We are looking at sources telling us the High Command now wants to give fresh faces a chance in the cabinet. 2 deputy chief ministers are likely to be replaced in Karnataka now, and a scheduled tribe MLA is likely to be made a deputy chief minister. Here's some big breaking news coming in on Karnataka's entire reshuffle. We're looking at sources telling us that the High Command wants to give a fresh face a chance in the cabinet, particularly deputy chief ministers. They're mulling over scheduled tribe MLA to be made the deputy CM. Nagarjun with more on that. Nagarjun, you heard that. That's the big development here. A scheduled tribe MLA to most likely get a chance as deputy chief minister. Any word on the probable names here?
Nabila, in fact, when the Council of Ministers were dissolved after the resignation of Chief Minister, 30 to 32
cabinet posts have been up for grabs, and now what the High Command is of a thought that they want to bring in new phases into cabinet and give a fresh breather or a fresh perspective to the whole government and administration in Karnataka. Remember, they're fighting for the 2023 assembly elections and also 24 Lok Sabha elections. So before they go to 23 general elections, that's 1.7 to 1.8 years next, they want the young phases to take it aggressively in terms of administration and politics. So they'll be promoted to top 5. And the 2 deputy chief ministers are likely to be dropped out of the 3. We still don't know who those 2 are. It's the High Command choice. And there will be a new inclusion in all likelihood that ST, that's a scheduled tribe MLA, to get promoted and be a deputy chief minister. Right now there's one Vakaliga, there's a Lingayat as well as a Dalit. Now there's a new inclusion that we are picking up from our sources that a scheduled tribe MLA might get to be promoted as a deputy chief minister when the 2 out of the 3 deputy chief ministers in present who get dropped. And also a lot of lobbying going on for the 32 cabinet posts. So a lot of caste combinations and regional balance have to be taken care. So the High Command is of an opinion that fresh phases, 2-time, 3-time MLAs who have not got anything in the last 15 to 20 years will get a chance this time to represent the government.
All right, let's see how that pans out, Nagarjun. Hectic developments here. We're looking at India Today getting its spot on when it comes to B.S. Yediyurappa's resignation. In fact, Nagarjun, Nolan Pinto on ground have been bringing us all these developments since the time this turmoil began, about a few weeks, in fact, a few months the talk happened, but twice over, Yediyurappa managed to stay back because of the pandemic, the latest, and now finally has given out his resignation. Who's going to be the next chief minister? That India Today is going to continuously track all those developments in the days to come. For now, it's a wrap. Thank you for watching.
End of BSY era in Karnataka. CM quits after an emotional speech. India Today news breaks confirmed.
India Today, the first channel to report on this, has been proven right, and Yediyurappa has resigned. We're breaking it first on India Today.
When others had no clue.
While every other media organization, they don't have the kind of sources that India Today has.
Only India Today told you this.
Big breaking news, and India Today is the only channel that reported that B.S. Yediyurappa was going to be replaced as the Chief Minister, and we've been bang on once again.
India Today heard the rumblings months ago, stayed on with the story and broke every twist on Karnataka politics. And now today we are 100% validated, and that's the gold standard of journalism.
Much before and in much detail. India Today, the gold standard of journalism.